Did I do it right? That's the question.
Yep.
Welcome, everybody. We're the casual ones. This is the Heist and Crimes of Juniper's Eye. I'm the GM for this, Aaron Roberts. With me, we have, I don't know if we've ever gone through like first names. Have you ever used your human names? I don't know.
I feel like you have, but
Every
you introduce
time.
us every time.
Do it again.
Yeah,
Try
let's
it.
pretend
Try
like
it
it's
out.
new.
We got Rebecca as Xenon Zinc, the co-pilot slash navigator slash sometimes pilot. Beneath her, we've got Mike Pitts, Finn, the shunned ace pilot, all the time pilot,
Yes.
and Cook. And then we've got Oracle, won't say the full name, played by Malcolm Jardine, who is the campaign, or the crew's, motoric robot mechanic.
He's bigoted against numbers.
There's
He won't say 12 for some reason.
Oracle 12 story. By full name, I meant I can't even remember the entire thing off the top of my head. I had it last week, though. And then, last but not least, we have Umber, the alien slime living in a living, piloting a living terrarium of a body. The captain of the ship, the Juniper's Eye. And that's played by Peaches, who has a full name that we also don't use on the show. That's kind of weird. Kind of like Oracle. He's just got one name. Just one simple name.
Peaches.
He's like Cher.
I didn't know he had another name, to be honest.
Yeah. This is the crew of the Juniper's Eye. And last time, they were in space, just like this time.
Wow. I'm glad you took my idea.
Yeah,
I'm so
just run
happy.
with it.
You had 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what you came out.
They boarded a giant city-sized ship called the Colony Bazaar. They discovered someone aboard that had given them a job, Mr. Olgan Krat, who talked about his prestige and his abilities, and that he was actually being used as a face for an operation against his will. You guys discovered that he had a family trapped aboard the Colony Bazaar on the ship that he had boarded with, which you
So
did
blew it
not
up.
know before you took him. And yes, you proceeded to drop him back off into the bazaar itself, have fun. You went and found repairs for the ship, stocked up on fuel, did everything you need, all sneaky-like, sent him on his way, while Oracle Magnet walked his way around the entire hull of a city ship, to nonchalantly attach a breaching charge to the engine room of Olgan Krat's ship, detonate it after some failed attempts, and causing a quick fire before the hull systems locked down inside, preventing further damage to the ship. And then they, as a crew, picked up Oracle, who jetted off into space on a flight path towards Callisto, the area of the next job. They were shot away a decoy as drones filed in their direction, chasing them down, threatening to give away their position and maybe interrogate them further. All the drones fell for the decoy, and the Juniper's Eye went dark. Saw pretty much no system, just riding momentum in the hopeful direction of Callisto, which is where we pick up today. You guys find yourselves having you had laid out that you would like to lay low for maybe 5-ish hours or so, to kind of drop any potential signals that would be tracking you. And after about that time, if you wish to, you could have turned back on systems and made sure your navigations were more accurate than before you had kind of made that blind jump towards Callisto. And you were able to find yourselves no longer being pursued, hopefully seemingly getting off scot-free, and on a good path towards Callisto, where you are now arriving in orbit space. You see the moon and a mass of Jupiter behind it. You see the red eye and storm. And Umber, for you, this is the Fentaric homeworld, the world where hundreds of years ago, simple slimes would ride the storms of Jupiter, finding themselves between different layers and different chemicals of gases and liquids, finding their way upon moon rock from moons such as Callisto and other debris that moves its way through Jupiter. And you would eventually, for yourself, embrace upon some of these sentient wood metal beings who, 100 years ago maybe, your species found their way into a synergistic symbiote relationship with these things, and through mimicry and through synergy with other living species as humans and Charakai, the Fentaric became sentient too. It's been a long time since Umber or many Fentaric have returned to Jupiter because it's mainly just a ball of gas with some slime slipping around through storms without much of thought in their mind. But you see the giant gas planet behind you, and Callisto, a small dot on your ship's horizon. Xenon,
Yes.
perhaps in your arms, perhaps in a cargo crate, I don't know. You have a slinking, silver-studded, snake-like creature, slowly regrowing a scabbed-over tail that has been dismembered by Oracle in an attempt to grasp it. Its 3 black glass eyes staring up at you with little motes of electricity dancing as its pupils look between you and whatever in your surroundings. Is there anything you would have done with this creature in the hour days that you've been in flight?
Yeah, I think while we've been flying, she has tried to fashion together some sort of like glass terrarium, and then also tried to find any like batteries or things around the ship that like aren't really being used, or like maybe old, or like don't fit on anything, to give him like a little snack. I also added his name Jack to the star wall.
Okay.
So he can earn stars.
Just Jack. I love that.
Just Jack.
Maybe at some point Oracle helped you fashion some sort of glass enclosure out of extra panes of vacuum-proof glass. Just maybe wired and duct tape together. I don't know how Oracle's
really
mind would make that, but yeah, just you're in space, using what you got, and yeah, you've got Jack the Flayer, as its creatures are known through Umber's. I don't remember if you looked through a book or how you gathered that information, but he knew of Flayers in some capacity. Yes, you guys have Jack the Flayer in a little box, feeding you batteries, which I love.
Yeah, just like he's like wrapped around my neck when we are kind of landing, just like feeding him like a little baby out of a bottle.
Nice. Finn, you see Callisto there. You see it on the navigation computer as a more obvious dot on the screen. There's debris from other things in Jupiter. There are other moons, and you have locked on to Callisto. Is there anything you would like to do, or would you like to full speed ahead?
And I would assume that for like the last little while that we've been traveling, like nothing's kind of seemed out of the ordinary.
Yeah, like the out of the ordinary was that there was a chase through the walls of the ship, finding this
Listen,
creature.
I'm still pissed about what happened in my bedroom. Bullshit. But otherwise, no, like I haven't detected anybody like following us that I've noticed or anything like that.
Right. So
Okay.
I would say, because last we left off, I think Xenon and Finn both rolled to get like a mental picture of what the navigation of space looked like the moment before you turn systems off. And I think one of you got like a nat 20 or a dirty 20, I don't remember.
Yeah.
So
Right?
between you, if I'm remembering that correctly, I would say that you were aware that there was also one more passenger ship that was moving not in your direction, but in a way the same direction when you took off from the Colony Bazaar, not headed toward Callisto at all. But you know that there was a second ship kind of shooting off to the side.
Right.
But as far as other navigations, you have found nothing that was coming near you. Nothing's been trailing you. As far as, you don't have a long scanner, you just got like the short-term scanner.
Yep.
But as far as that could tell, nothing has been in your view the entire time.
Cool. I mean, I'm still pretty nervous about it, but nothing to do about it. So full steam ahead.
Okay. And despite the phrase, often full steam ahead means full steam back, because you've got to now land on a planet, reversing gravity and all these things. But you know this as a pilot, and you begin the procedure for that. One thing I'm curious about here, Xenon, you did you explain, or did you share with the crew the extra information you gained when you got payment for the job for Olden Krat? Regarding the
about
message?
yes, I did share that with, I believe, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just as you guys, Umber, maybe all of you are aware now as you feel the ship going into a bit of a slowdown phase as you reach Callisto. You find yourselves maybe pondering what those words meant. The message from Olgenkrat, or Olgenkrat's job handler, the unknown person who returned the accepted approval of the cargo, sent you the 35 credits, and said, maybe we'll see you on Callisto. These words ring through your mind. As you slowly feel yourself decelerate, and the moon of Callisto comes into view. Against the brighter backdrop of Jupiter, it's a small black dot that's slowly growing on the horizon or through the windows, and you see small pinpoints of light, as you know that this is a relatively new habitable moon, not one that is fully terraformed. There weren't many terraformed planets in the solar system, and most of them are habitations. And you can see that these bright pinpoints of light against this dark side of the moon would be some of the more larger cities, larger domes. And a lot of these have connecting tunnelways and subways and stuff, but a lot of them also don't. And there can be some separate communities and places. Within Callisto itself, you know that the job, let me just open up the information here, is you actually didn't get very much information. You just know that there is job on Callisto from Marion Curtis.
And it was we were delivering something, I think we were told, weren't
It
we?
was to retrieve important goods.
Oh, fuck. Right.
Yeah.
The body.
Yeah, you know.
always
You know.
It's always a body. Yeah, so I would say, given this information, along with that like more broad Callisto address, it would have pinpointed you towards one of these cities, and so you guys begin to move in towards that one. Within the next 15 minutes, as as things dock slowly, you find yourselves up within the atmosphere of Callisto, which there isn't much of, and soon you find yourself docking with a brilliant silvery blue docking station. Lots of orange and red lights are kind of flickering around you as you pull in. There's a little bit of like a dust storm on the outside of the moon, as you see that there are some machines kind of drawing up some of the soil around it. And you lock and dock and are ready to connect with one of the cities of Callisto.
Yeah. If we get the request, then I'll connect it and I'll land it.
Yep. You see the ping come through asking to return your information. Juniper's Eye sending that in for the docking request, and you accept, and it latches on, pulls you in, everything connects, and you feel begin to depressurize. And you are able to, if you wish, make your way into one of the cities of Callisto.
Yeah.
Okay, crew. Yes, Finn.
No, go ahead,
Interrupted
Captain.
you.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, since we're here, Dinon, you're gonna have to be the lead because you have all the information. And what are you looking at me like that?
Well, you also have the information, Captain.
Sure,
Nope,
and you're the
nope.
captain there, sir. So you should probably
This is
lead
this
us.
is this is field work. I need to assess you guys and robot to see if you can handle yourselves.
Don't
when
you
I'm
think
not
someone
around.
might be better off staying with the ship, though? You know, there's a lot of we got bad guys chasing us. It's probably good if I just stay back and not fucking go on that trip.
Also the flare.
Oh,
True.
The damn snake.
I think he'll come with us.
Well, you can
Jack,
never
you
be
want-
too careful. What if he left friends?
Jack, it's just
No,
you on
don't
board,
say.
right?
It just looks at you with its eyes darting back and forth. You see that like coiled tongue kind of slip out for a second and then slip back
No, he said it's just him.
Well, that settles it then. Then Jack's coming with us. And no, Finn, you cannot stay at the ship. You have to come with us just in case somebody comes down. The first thing they're going to check is the ship, and guess who's by themselves?
You know what? That's a good idea, Captain. I'll make sure I bring more of my my grenades too. Good call. Just in case,
That's
right?
a good idea. Just keep it to
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, just throw them
Keep it to
as
yourself.
often as possible.
If you're going to throw, then throw it at your feet. Because nobody needs to see that.
Maybe not at his own feet, Captain.
No.
Please
of course
don't
not.
throw a black oak grenade near me.
Cheers.
Also not near Oracle.
Okay. Are we ready? Oracle?
Yes?
I don't know what you're gonna do, so you just carry on the back and just protect our back. I'm sure you can rotate your head.
Oh, Captain, are
Anyway.
you saying he's not useful?
No, he's very useful. I'm just saying in the ship. He's very useful.
I gotta say, this has really earned you, and I'm gonna take out my stickers. I'm gonna do a black
Don't you
hole.
touch my board! Don't you touch my board!
Sorry, Captain, but you're just not being very inspirational right now. I don't think you've really earned one of these stars, so it looks like a black hole's gonna go ahead and swallow it up.
You've said I'm not useful and I'm a robot. In 5 minutes.
No, listen. I meant to say I haven't been able to assess you in the field, okay? That's what I'm saying. I haven't been able to quiz you yet to do your test. Xenon passed with flying colors,
Please
so I know she can lead us. What?
Captain, did you put Neff in there?
No, of course not. Xenon. That's what I said.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, thank you. So, Oracle, I'm just saying I'm going to be quizzing you after today's mission. Just prepare yourself. That's all I meant.
No, thank you.
That's too bad, Oracle, or else if you don't pass, I can't let you back onto the ship. I'm gonna have to.
You don't want to earn yourself
another
a black hole. We'll suck up
Exactly
all your
why.
stars on the board.
We're gonna have to talk about that when we get back then. But okay, team, do we have everything we need? I'm gonna check my blaster. Pew pew pew. Yep.
Oh, don't shoot
I'm
that.
good.
Here.
What are you doing, Captain?
No, I wasn't shooting. I was just pretending. You know.
Jesus.
Anyway, I've seen it in the classic movies.
Captain,
Pew.
I don't want to know.
may I just ask, you're more familiar with this area perhaps than we are. What city should we be going to? What should we be doing while we're here besides obviously looking for our job?
Listen, I've only been here once, and I bought Juniper's eye, and then I left. So, I really recommend
Hmm.
the city I bought the ship from.
Great.
Which is
That one over there.
And yeah, I guess the back of the ship is open and he's pointing into a sign. But as you guys come out into the docking area, you do see that there are different pathways into some of the bubble cities. And you see one in that direction noted as Storm's Nook. Coincidentally, is the actual direction of your job, so that's great.
That's,
All right, that's a great choice, Captain.
thank you. Okay, everybody out. Everybody out. I'm going to start pushing everybody out of the ship.
Yeah, I'll
I walk
go.
out.
I'm going to close it.
Don't forget
Okay.
to lock it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'll lock a cap. Don't worry about that.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to Xenon as he's locking it. It's the code to the ship.
Did you lose? So I wrote it down for you. Did you lose that?
It's in the ship. I don't want to
Alright.
lose it outside of the ship.
Honestly, that's the smarter thing. So,
Thank you.
just radio us if you forget the code and you need to get in, okay? Okay.
I like that plan. That's a foolproof plan right there.
See the wheel turning there.
Yeah.
The wheel.
The one cog working.
Singular.
I only have one cog in here, okay? It's just wild.
Okay, as you guys work your way out of the landing area here, kind of looking a little bit like a subway station with all these signs pointing in different directions, you do see that there are, like a subway, a lot of little shuttles that will take you very high speed through vacuum tubes directly to one of the. From here, you can see that there are 3 different city outposts, and you're going towards Storm's Nook. You see one of these little shuttles pop up. It's almost like there's like a full rotation, like a loop, like almost like a bendy straw. And that the loop just continues around. It opens up, people get in, powers off, almost nonstop, except for people getting in and out. So you see one round up around the underside of its track, come up towards you, and you see this dome, like almost like a slightly elongated egg. A side opens up, and inside you see a bunch of just tan, almost egg-like seats. With soft cushions, and there's about 6 seats in this small little chamber, and it opens up with a little white light and a hiss. And as you guys kind of like usher yourselves in, it slowly closes, and you can feel that there's like a dampening of pressure, and the sound inside becomes quiet and close, and the hustle bustle of a dock and landing port disappear completely. And then for a split second, you feel your stomach in your throat. And before you can even glance out the little ports to see how quickly you're moving, you see a blur. And there is nothing beyond there but darkness of the moon itself, as you are jetted through a glass tunnel in a small little egg towards Storm's Nook at several hundred miles per hour, with very little feeling of the gravity and momentum aside from that initial rise in the stomach. And then suddenly you feel like almost like you've reached your elevator floor, and you just feel this light little jostle, and the egg opens, and just like where you arrived, you find yourself in a smaller dock-like area, similar to the one you left in. It opens up and ushers you out with another white light flash and a hiss. And as you pile out, it closes, falls under its own track, and continues on its way. Before you see a tall bubble rise up immediately to a sky-like facade, where you see, as you look higher up into these bubbles, the gases in this area turn into semblance of a sky as you look up further. Though if you look through it, you can, fairly plainly on the horizon, more especially, you can see Jupiter in that single direction, or the emptiness of space off the dark side. So there is a small semblance of a bluish sky here, but for the most part, it's kind of thin, and you can see through it. You see tall, spiraling metal structures, buildings, and roadways. You see a city in a bubble in space. And the city is filled with grids of roads and buildings and hovering vehicles, similar to the egg, but a lot more personable and vehicle-like, glass windows, all these things. You see the bustle of people, and this seems to be a fairly large city that would be the home to millions of people. One thing that stands out to you guys as the crew of Juniper's Eye is that this place is very devoid of rust and dirt and grime. It is clean and pristine. You even as you dock and you are ushered out of the egg and you're stepping out into the ground, you see this little cube of a robot coming up into your direction, kind of like wobbling its way over with little brushes and suction. And you see that it is like ushering you to step away so it can clean the dirt you may have dropped as you escaped. And with little light beeps, it ushers you forward towards your boots as it's trying to get in the area.
Sorry, Captain. You got our ship here?
Yeah, it was in a shady place. It didn't look like this.
Oh.
Yeah, he was really trying to get rid of it because I think these little robots were trying to clean it, and he said something about character. And anyway, I like
Didn't fit.
character.
Yeah. No. Me too. Do we know what direction this job is in the city that or is it in the city or is it past the city?
You know that this is Storm's Nook, and this is the city that this job is coming from. Beyond that, you get the impression that she wants you to contact her so she can find where to meet you more than she would like to give her up her address.
Mm-hmm.
And so now that you're here, it'd be a good time to let the job know if you're looking to do that right away. This is a full, vibrant city full of many things. Like Umber knows, there is a bit of a darker side too, a little bit dirtier side. But
Well,
you can
Cap,
just
any recos? You literally know nothing here, eh?
No, not really.
Good restaurant or?
No, I was just following the signs, really.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we can all do that. I mean, getting lost is the best. It's the most fun. I got lost going to Earth and picking you and Finn up. I was lost in space for, it feels like forever.
I was lost when I came to the job posting, so that
See?
worked out. Yeah.
Getting lost is pretty fun. Wouldn't you say, Finn?
Yeah, Cap.
See, I think we're all into agreement. Oracle, what about you? Do you ever get lost in
No.
Juniper's eye? Oh, not even once?
No.
No. Well, maybe we'll get lost today and you'll feel the rush.
Can we just go where we need to instead?
That's up to the client. If she wants us to go somewhere, then we'll go. If she wants us to get lost, we'll get lost. Literally.
Cap, would you like me to contact the client?
Yes. She knows. Oh, you haven't been in contact with her yet, have you?
No, not yet.
Oh,
The
okay.
instruction was to come here first.
Oh, well, then sign off with your name. I think you deserve it.
Thanks, Cap.
You're welcome. I see big things in your future.
Jesus Christ.
Cool. I guess just like on the street, just find like a quiet corner and try to open up the job listing and find the contact.
yeah, sure.
Oh, we're going so
Um,
professional.
You're looking to voice message then instead of like texting, basically.
Oh, I guess we could text.
She wants to do the FaceTime from a dark alley.
Yeah, it's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
No, yeah, I didn't even think about that being an option. So yeah, I will text and just be like, hello, this is replying to your job posting. Very interested.
Is it just like that? Like you just start with like, "Hello, it's just replying to the job posting."
I hope
Depends
this
how
message
accurate
finds
the,
you well.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Warmest regards.
And then just say, my crew and I are on Callisto. Would love to meet you. I
Yeah.
don't know.
You know what? Roll a suggestion check for me.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all.
Because I should actually open up that tab real quick.
14.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you have a feeling you nailed it somehow.
It doesn't sound anything like what I said.
Yeah. You know that you've been accepted. You put in an intrigue for this, and it did come back. So the details you've got so far, like the current details that you're working with, are only because you've actually accepted wanting to do this job. So you know that they are more waiting for you, and with your message, you get a ping back within a few seconds, saying, "Glad you arrived safely. If you would like to, we can meet at the Salt Top," and they send you an address.
Cool. I reply back, great, that sounds really fun.
I like that. That's something I would say.
Oh no!
You get the equivalent of like a thumbs up.
Cool. Great. Okay, guys, we need to go to the Salt Top. I'm not even gonna ask the captain if he's knows this place. No? Okay, that's
have I seen it on my way to buying Juniper's eye way back when?
So actually, one interesting thing, as you guys have made your way into the introductory area of Storm's Nook, you actually see what looks like a welcome screen, like a standalone screen just kind of floating over like a bed of like what looks like red flowers. And as you are kind of off in the corner discussing this, all of you get a ping on your computers, Oracle directly in your brain, that if you would like to, you can just essentially connect to the city's Wi-Fi. An extension to that, you can have access to all the information needed that a local would have, like the full Google Maps, basically. You get everything for this city, especially because space is huge and there is not really a good way to send updated internet across the entirety of space constantly. So a lot of time when you dock into a pretty big place like this, they send you a directory of their city, so you can have it at your fingertips at any time.
But you also like automatically join like Ashley Madison, Callisto.
Yeah, and like they have to like offset the cost of all this by selling your data or whatever.
Of course.
It's just ads popping up in my eyes.
Yeah.
Don't need boba tea.
Like slimefinder.com and all this. And thankfully, in the future, there is ad block. It's built right in. If someone even tried to put up a billboard, it automatically through like your helmet's display be like replaced with like a painting. Like there's no such thing. Banned so hard. But at least in this city, there doesn't actually seem to be any ads of any kind. It's just almost like monolithic silver spirals everywhere you look, and then these long roadways with hovering cars. But there is a lot of plant life and people bustling about. And so yeah, Xenon, accepting this information, you're able to put in Salt Top if you like, and you find that it is as soon as you tap on Salt Top, you are asked if you would like to be delivered there, and within moments, similar to the little cleaning robot, the little cube scuttling up to you, you see a similarly designed vehicle approach and open up, similar to how the egg did. And the request is floating there, asking if you would like to be delivered directly to the Salt Top.
I look around for any indication of any cost associated with this.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
All right, guys, I think there's free transportation here.
Can each of you roll maybe a decipher check for me?
Yeah, I would love to.
Not bad.
When's a natural
16.
10.
19.
Okay. Oracle and Finn, you notice inside there's about 6 chairs facing around each other in a circle, and each of those chairs on the arms has the crystalline logo that would indicate that once you're in there, arms down, you're paying.
Yeah, this isn't free. Not really sure why you thought it was, but it's not.
It doesn't say that it costs anything.
No, it's right on the arms there on the chair. Yep.
So do you guys want to walk or?
Yeah. Unless we have ship funds left.
Well, scanning through Callisto maps, how far would it be to walk?
Yeah, Callisto maps, like 30 minutes. It looks like it's kind of towards like the downtown, from where, from the density of buildings and stuff.
I think we should
Pretty
walk.
need to
It's been
work on muscle strength anyway, right?
That's right. It's going to be in one of our exams later.
It is?
Yeah, physical activity.
Oh, I didn't know that was part of it.
I was letting everybody train for it, and then it was going to be a pop quiz, but now everybody knows. So start training, and let's start walking. I'm going to do like the knees up, like really high up the chest if I can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk at a distance.
I definitely don't do like knee chest high walking.
Yeah, you you see Umber photosynthesizing plant sentient who never builds muscle mass, just marching along with ease. And you guys begin to follow him through the streets of Storm's Nook. A lot of the things that you find is that you find a lot of the bases of these buildings, as you kind of come close to them, are like scary thin. Like the buildings themselves are like these huge spiraling, like spirals in such a way that now as you're getting kind of closer to them, you see that each of the levels between buildings is like open space. Like it's not like it's just apartments. You know, you're seeing balconies. It's you see like rows of windows are on the metal, and then above that, that entire area is just open, and it kind of spirals around at such a slow curve that if you were to walk from the bottom of the building to the top, you may never have noticed the incline. And it's just
That's
open.
kinda
You
cool.
see grass, and you see different plants and parks, and like you see little businesses up in these around the spirals, and you see basically that's where all life is. And down here on the ground, you see nothing. The bases of these buildings are kind of terrifyingly thin. You know, within sometimes just few meters of foundation here and there for the structures, and it's just open and breezy, and you see almost nothing around you, aside from occasionally a little entry and doorway up into the building spirals themselves. And around you is mostly just like some people walking like you are, and then, or no, yeah, because you guys did not opt to go into the vehicle, but mostly you see vehicles just silently zipping around. And as you kind of walk beneath these like giant spirals, you do see like this fake thin blue sky and just the slowly roiling storm of Jupiter behind it. And unless there's anything you would like to look for, you just find a kind of nice and refreshing walk underneath what seems like a giant city. Until eventually your Callisto maps pings that you've arrived, and you see not too different from the other buildings, just another spiral. It says that it is on the 723rd floor of this building.
Oh, just gonna like look straight up. That's pretty high. I mean, I know we've been up in space and all, but that's really up there.
You're not.
He was probably nice.
Maybe.
Start going upstairs.
You're gonna go up. Yeah. So as you see these like very thin bases, you do see that there are some that are stairs that just go like directly into those outside spirals. So you could just start walking up beyond that spiral the whole time, walking above people's apartments and businesses and all that. But at each of the central of these pillars and spires, there is elevators, and that's basically all they are. It's just small elevator shafts that are also somehow the support for these entire buildings. And if you would like to, you can climb the 723 floors, or there's the
I'm
elevator.
gonna take an
building.
elevator.
Yeah, I'll take the elevator.
Yep.
And as you ping that, it's very similar to like the egg like tube that you brought here. It's very white and tan, and everything seems overly clean, and you just get like a pinch of momentum before suddenly, within 4 or 5 seconds, it opens with a ding and a flash of white light, and you are on the 723rd floor.
Oh. Did it say what kind of establishment this is?
It did not. If you were even just to like curiously, you could on your Callisto maps now see the information. It is a restaurant bar type thing.
Okay.
And as you're opened out into the area, you see immediately on the floor that there is a little light displayed in your interface, in your monitors and your helmets, that there's a little light on the floor guiding you towards the salt tile. And it's, from what you see around you, this is a high class area. There are a lot of other places of business and small, or like very small, like 6-seat thin restaurants that just have this tall, like 30-foot vertical. They're just like too much space for the little small amount of seats that you see inside. You see like one bartender with 6 chairs, and they're all like this gleaming white marble, and there's nobody inside, and it's just like an absurd amount of rent you would imagine for such this tiny little slice. within one of these spirals. But as you're continuing on, you find the salt top, and it is bigger, larger. Immediately inside, there's like big glass windows everywhere. You see the outside. It's facing outward into the space side of town a little bit. This is one of the taller buildings as well. And you see the top ends of a lot of these spirals, and it's just kind of like a glittering field of shorter spirals, and then the dome beyond with some stars blinking through this fake sky. And immediately, you see FN Tarek at the host table ask if hello, are you here for an appointment or are you making one?
Yes, we are meeting somebody.
Okay.
A name that I have written down, Marion Curtis.
Marion Curtis, I see. Okay. And that will be, and he just kind of points, and immediately within your displays, you see a little matching line take you around the restaurant. You see it as if it were glowing on the floor itself. You see it wrapping around to the distant side. And he says, if you would just go that way promptly. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Just lead
Yeah,
everyone.
chairs.
Do we have chairs?
Oh, chairs.
He said cheers.
My
Yeah, chairs,
apologies.
mate.
To you as well. Thank you.
As we walk, I'm going to go over to the Venteric. I'm teaching him to speak like us. He still hasn't gotten it yet.
It's ironic. I like it. Yes.
I think so too. Do a little laugh.
It just gives you a little
Then as
wink.
as I'm walking back, normally my head is like kind of lumpy. I'm gonna like slick it back, just make myself look as professional as possible.
Nice. I like to imagine like your head's like in this dome, like just like if you're still in your suit, you would be stuck in it. But he raises his head over it, and then just the slime itself forms into just like a slick back haircut. No
Yeah.
contact at all.
God fucking do it.
I love that. So as you guys walk away, you find yourself through like it's a very like it's dark and wooden kind of looking place with lots of gleaming countertops and low hanging lights and all these things. And as you're carried up, the path brings you up a small staircase. It's very narrow and very dark, and eventually brings you up to a small, more private dining space that's maybe like on seemingly a second floor of this salt top establishment. And from here, you kind of can see down through the glass surroundings of your area and to see all these glittering white tabletops everywhere. And yours matches. It honestly just looks like a top made of salt with like a thin like shine over it where it's very smooth and everything glitters. And you notice that there are lights seemingly defying gravity, rotating around and making the salt within the table itself reflect in different ways. And at the end of the table, you just see a human woman sitting at the opposite side in a very plain, simple dress. With just one shoulder has like a silver, almost like a pauldron that cuts over one side. But aside from that, it's just a very plain, like dark red, simple dress. And she just waits.
I'll go up to her. Yeah. I'll go up to her and put out my hand. Hello, Mrs. Curtis. I am Xenon, and this is my crew. We contacted you.
You are the Juniper's eye, then?
Yeah, that's correct.
I see. Yes, take a seat.
Thank you.
I see you all dressed for the occasion. She just kind of looks at you in your standard clothes or your suits or whatever it is that you're wearing at the moment.
I'm leaning back super cash.
Yeah.
I have to say we didn't quite know the level this establishment would be, and I apologize if we're sticking out a little bit.
It's fine. I knew who I was hiring, and we're in a private room, so
Okay.
no harm, no foul. I'm obviously I was very short in the messaging for what I need. I have something important that I need returned to me.
We are definitely the crew for the job. We are very good at making deliveries and picking things up and taking them places.
That was our first job, actually.
No, that a while ago, that was our first job, was that type of job. So
Jesus.
we've done lots of jobs since then.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Can you make a suggestion check for me, Sian?
Oh, fuck.
Can you-
Why am I talking?
Because our captain sucks.
Doing his
4.
best. 4. Yeah, you see she kind of eyes you all. But you see she kind of... Can you go make all of you can make a decipher check if you like.
That's a 4.
18.
Ooh.
I know it says 31, but I actually
I did see that. Like
I rolled
how?
on top of the last dice I'd rolled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a 6 for me.
Okay. So just Finn. You just get the impression she kind of like eyes to herself, like you get what you pay for. It's kind of the feeling you get.
That's correct.
There's a reason I picked you. You are a relatively new crew. You don't have a lot of reputation. I asked around and no one's really heard of you, and I think
perfect.
that is perfect because no one can see you coming if they don't know who you are. And that will be very important for what I need from you. There is someone in one of the other towers, and she points off into the direction. And you see that there is another tower off in the distance that she's kind of pointing to that stands out a little bit more than the others, the taller one there. And they have something very important to me. It is sentimental, but it is mine, and they have it. I can give you the information. As little as I can would be best for me. I can give you where its location is, perhaps how you could get it, how you could do so safely, maybe without being seen. But more than that, there's not too much I can divulge.
How long? You can tell us what it is, though, right?
I would rather not. The last time I
How will
told someone
we
about it,
know?
it was taken, and she points to the building.
How am I going to know what I'm getting for you then?
You'll know it when you see it, is one way I like to describe it. It will be encased.
It's not a person or anything, is it?
No, it's not.
All right.
You're not kidnapping anyone. No.
All right.
It's not a living
Wouldn't be
thing.
the first time it's been asked of me, so.
Have you all kidnapped someone before?
I'd rather not tell you.
No?
Oh, no.
No.
Either way, good move. You shouldn't do that.
The price is right, though.
I suppose, if you're good enough. And that's yet to be seen. So, obviously, my 200 credits was the offer.
Mhm.
If you
Um,
can do this for me today, I'm willing to change that deal into something you might like. I saw you docked, Juniper's Eye. Not the most equipped ship that I've seen.
No, it's a piece of garbage, honestly, right now. It's.
For this job, I'm going to recommend you don't use it. It would not be up to snuff. I think we'll take a small carrier of my own that will be able to get you in there discreetly and get you out without much notice. I think your ship would stand out quite a bit and would not be beneficial to the mission. I can throw in a little upgrade for your ship if you're willing to do this. But it needs to be today. Otherwise, we'll just stick with the regular price and you do it when you do it.
I think we can do it today.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
have
we
any
can do it
plans.
today.
Who's
Not
going to be
that we
flying
had-
your ship? We still have to pilot it, yes?
Yep, it's a small carrier. You can pilot it if you wish. It
Perfect.
can also be automated if you are, trusting of automation. But either way, Yeah, it's a small ship. It could only hardly even a ship, more of a carrier vessel, could fit no more than 8 or 10 people. So it's
Can I
very
break
small.
atmosphere or no?
Can you bring what?
How fast you go?
I mean, we're in atmosphere, so relatively quick, but not as quick as a space vehicle. There are still some speed limits, though. You easily
that's-
500k is easy. So
Can it survive in
We
a
do
vacuum?
have the best pilot.
Shut up,
Why would
Umber.
it-
it
Can survive in a
cannot
vacuum.
survive a vacuum for long. It's very small shuttle with no life support.
That's fine. How long are we talking? There's nothing on board?
It depends on how hard you're breathing, but 1 to 4 hours, I would imagine.
All right. Listen, if I'm going to be flying any ship that I'm not familiar with, I need to know as much as I can about it.
Okay, that's fair. Think of this more as a transport, on planet. Like, what do they call it? There was other vehicles, and for in the planet where you just stay there. I
Sure.
know it was an ancient thing,
Yeah.
but it doesn't go into space.
Okay.
This
Well,
one shouldn't.
not for long.
I guess you could get to space here because you don't have to
Listen, sometimes
leave gravity.
we need to change on the fly. That's all.
Mhm.
I'm just making sure I know what my options are.
I would
if
recommend
it-
not going to space in this.
Sounds
But-
like it.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, let's do this then. And she raises a hand up, and you see they just bring over, like almost out of nowhere, you see a bunch of like servers and stuff bring a bunch of random foods to the table, random drinks. You see a lot of the cups are like upside down versions of these towers. They like spiral around just aesthetically on the outside. A lot of them end with like a straw, and you notice that like, as you drink it, it actually works its way down from the top of the building all the way through the spiral on the outside up into the straw.
Oh, that's
Everything is
awesome.
showy, pointlessly showy. And yeah, there's a bunch of random foods here, and probably nothing you've ever seen before because they're not meals so much as they are just like another extravagant, pointless things that have been carved into decorations. A lot of things, like there's a plate that's just like a soup that looks like Jupiter. It is moving, and the storm is moving, rotating like Jupiter. And everything here is just ostentatious and doesn't make any sense. But it tastes fine, especially to Finn.
Sure.
This stuff tastes fine. And
Homemade food's better.
you see she doesn't really eat at it, but she does start typing up at her wrist. And within a few moments, Xenon, sent your way are a few more details pointing out that building, the floor that you need to go to. And it points at one person's private residence there that is seemingly very large because there are instructions to dock this private carrier in their garage. And there are 17 gates for this garage.
Can you tell us anything about the person who took this item from you? Maybe like your relationship with them or anything?
That I'll have to keep to myself. There's
Hmm.
just a level of confidentiality required, so just in case you get caught, they don't find out I was trying to take you back. But it's just not possible for them to get that information out of me. So I can't divulge too much. You shouldn't, give them my. Obviously, this name doesn't mean anything to them. It's not a real name, but all of this should be very hush. So
We're very discreet, so that shouldn't be a problem.
that will be required. And honestly, if you fail, it is not a big deal. Others have failed before. The terms, unfortunately, will be that you would only get a third of the payment for trying. But if you fail, we'll just call it closer to a 75 credits or so, which is, I think, maybe fair for wasting your time and mine if you're not able to get it retrieved. But if you'll
I think that's more than fair.
Okay. Yes, if we do this tonight, you'll have a little extra something delivered to your ship. And for more information, because there's going to be some planning required, you're going to need, every 30 minutes, there is an opening. And you may want to write this down. Every 30 minutes, there is an opening between the dock and the private estate that you're looking for. There are 5 areas you need to get through before you can find the device. It is in a cargo lock. You'll notice it. It is ostentatious. It is silver and gold, and it is wrapped like an orb. It'll be floating, most likely, somewhere in a gala of some kind, displayed. Today, it will not be shown off. There will be no other visitors in the gala. And there will be bodyguards every 30 minutes through each of these 5 sections of the estate. You'll have to pass through before you can get to it. 2 of them are password protected.
And I take it we don't have that password.
It changes every 4 hours.
Okay. That's no problem.
I have 2 questions for you.
Yes.
You said that this item is floating. Is it floating on its own accord, or is there something that causes it to float?
It doesn't float on its own. No, it's. She points to the lights. People
Right.
like to make a show. This
Fair.
thing is on display for its container alone is beautiful, and it's just part of an art gallery, and it's often in these galas. But its contents are actually within that container, and the person who knows about this knows that it's contained and is showing it off because it would piss me off to know that they've done this.
Fair. I can't believe I have to ask, but how heavy is it? If I'm flying and I'm not in space, then weight actually contributes.
Yes. She looks to you, Oracle. This may be more your purview since your
Oracle is not
attendance.
there because he fell
Yeah,
down the
he's
stairs.
walking.
No.
At some point, you must have gotten up here.
I'm
Oh, you actually took the stairs. The
Yeah,
stairs, the 720. Okay, that's
Yeah.
my mistake.
Yeah.
All right. you will find out about this later.
Yeah.
So between the 3 of you, then she says, it is around 150 pounds. It's not overtly
Okay.
heavy.
Alright.
With a good suit, and she kind of would you be wearing any of your suits with you today?
Oh, absolutely. That's how my whole disguise.
Yeah. So like with a decent suit, and she kind of gives yours a head shake. It shouldn't be too hard to carry, strap on, bring with you. Worst case, there's always there's a board, and everywhere has got like these gravity boards you can bring with you to
Right.
carry things around for you at a snap of your fingers. Just like even at the Colony Bazaar, you didn't have to like carry anything. That's ridiculous.
We have a 4th crew member who, oh god, might not get up here before we go. But they're very strong, so
Okay.
we might be able to have that covered already.
I see. Did they get lost? Or...
No, they took the stairs. He's strong
He's a-
but not smart.
Hard
I see.
worker.
Okay.
They actually have a fitness test coming up. Oracle wanted to get ready for that.
That's why they're strong. Okay, I understand.
Yes.
Okay. So did you get that down? Could I get it repeated back once so that I know that you know what you're dealing with?
Yep. There are 17 gates from the parking garage. There's an opening every 30 minutes. We have to get through 5 areas to the silver and gold cargo hold, where there'll be a covered orb that floats. There's bodyguards every 30 minutes, and 2 areas are password protected, but the password changes every 4 hours.
That's exactly right. The only other piece of information that I know is that these passwords are often left as false messages for other bodyguards. So between the routes, they will leave a message to a different route, and that message contains a password that is not necessarily as easily decrypted as just saying the message out loud. And they will often be hidden within the bodyguards' way stations, which would be in those vaulted rooms.
How fun.
Okay. And just so you have an idea of the type of place you're looking at, it will be mostly devoid of people today. It is more of an art gallery / private residence. They're away on vacation, so you're just dealing with bodyguards that occasionally make sure that none of the art and everything's been stolen. Aside from that, you won't really bump into anybody, given that you don't make yourselves painfully obvious when docking and aren't discovered during.
And once we have the article, where should we be bringing it back to? Would you want to meet here?
Once you have it, send me a ping, and I will send you the next place you need to go.
Okay.
Okay. And you'll hopefully take the same carrier ship. If needed, I could just automatically have that sent to me. So worst case, if you need to send it in the ship without you, that's fine as long as you can find your way out of there. I can have that returned to me, and you figure yourself out. But that's, worst case.
All right. Captain, do you have any questions?
Nope. I think we got everything. Rest assured, you have the best team in the galaxy. Best pilot in Finn. Sometimes
That
he talks too
part's
much, but
true. Actually,
he is the best pilot. I guarantee it.
rest
Xenon,
of what he said.
fantastic, and Oracle is
Missing.
wrong and missing. But we will find him and your item.
Okay, that's great to hear. So tonight is because it's empty. This is new information to me. That's why I would love it tonight. It's going to be easier for you. For the expediency, you'll get that extra thing. If you can't do it tonight, we can try again as long as you don't fail so spectacularly that you're discovered and killed. That kind of thing.
Oh, I mean, if that happens, at least you don't have to pay anybody.
That is true. Yes. So.
Yeah, is there going to be a problem if there's any casualties? Not us, obviously.
Oh, they're weapons for hire. So
Okay.
weapons get shot. That's what they do.
I have heard that also.
Pretty common saying.
Yeah. From, either the shooter or the shootee.
Cheers.
Finn,
So you need a chair?
No, cheers.
Okay. Thank you.
Jesus.
So if that's it, you can have this, and I'll hear from you when I hear from you. And she gets up and kind of waves to you each and starts to head down the stairs and get out of here, unless you interrupt her. And...
The only thing I got the keys to the ride or whatever our future keys are.
Yeah. She sent the information for Xenon.
Perfect.
It is waiting at the bottom of this spire that you're in now. It'll pick you up. So.
do you guys think this food is just free or like?
Probably not. No. Where's food free?
Well, I mean, did she pay for it? Do you think, or are we allowed to just leave as well?
I think we can go. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, we should stay here and plan, but then, okay, just checking.
And we're in a private room, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can plan. This is
And
gonna be
wait for
interesting.
Oracle too.
Just throw him on the radio for now. Jesus.
That's not
Don't got
right.
that kind of time.
We're gonna ping Oracle and all of us. Oracle, how long are you gonna be?
I don't know. GM, how long am I gonna be?
All right, so we can imagine, a soft 30 minutes maybe is what that kind of took. 700 floors, huh?
You have to
You know what?
remember, I'm
We
also a
done good.
motor rake. I don't have stamina.
True. If you wanted to book it, I would say that's a fucking long time ago. Maybe top speed, full sprint, maybe another half hour. Yeah, that's not impossible. Basically run across a city in an hour. Is
Okay,
a
hold on.
small city.
I found something about Stairmaster. I'll give you some timings here. I think they said between 1 and 4 hours. Yeah,
Oh
climbing
my
110 flights of stairs can take anywhere from 1 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
So if we put them on the one side,
Yeah, we'll
we're only
place
looking
them
at
on the
7
one.
hours.
Yeah, we're doing one of those. But because this incline is so light, sure, the distance is more, but you're basically walking on flat land. I would say you can make it there within the next 30 minutes if you book it.
Okay.
So during that time, that's people's parks and lives and neighborhoods, and you're just booking it full speed, like no questions. But I guess at some point, maybe Xenon, if you're trying to clue them in through the radio, you hear that crackle on.
The most important thing, I think, is we need to lay low.
Oracle. Oracle, we're kind of need to hurry up and make a plan. So, do you mind just taking the elevator, please?
Okay. I'll look around. Is there
Yeah, make a decipher
elevator?
roll for me.
Is there elevator access anywhere?
Yeah.
That's a.
You look around and you see this like giant tree in the central area of this park, and there's like these weird lights on it, but no elevator.
No elevator
Um,
nearby.
Maybe try the next floor. There's got to be an elevator
Yeah.
there somewhere.
Oracle,
Keep
literally the
trying.
meeting's done. You've missed the whole thing.
Oh, what happened?
Ah, Jesus.
We got the
Zaina.
job. It's all great. I'm gonna send you the details right now, okay? Maybe
Okay.
can you read while you just get on an elevator? I'll send the details to everyone on our team.
You can just leave open comms, and if you plan, you plan.
This is just.
As soon as I find an elevator, I'll take it.
All right.
I think
It's
if
quite
anybody,
scenic around here.
if literally anybody knew the kind of shit we do after they've seen us, they wouldn't hire us.
That's why we don't let them see that stuff. And
We had a rat almost eat the ship.
he's not a rat.
Wait, Xenon, you brought it with you, didn't you?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I don't know if there was if we can wreck on a coat check or something.
Just like hang them up on a hanger.
Yeah.
The other Funtark just like eyes and like, of course. Just like there's a guy with like a space tiger in the corner. Exotic pets are normal.
Perfect.
So we're in space, Texas.
Yeah. So Oracle, as you're like sprinting around these neighborhoods, you find another park and notice a tree, and someone walks the fuck out of it. What? And then you notice this huge tree in the middle of the neighborhood is how they have aesthetically designed the elevators here to look like huge redwood trees, basically. And you walk into one, shoot up to 7.3, and eventually find your way to the salt top if you wish, and then find your group who is maybe already in the thick of planning. Sweatless sprint up the stairs past the Fentarik, who's like begging for you to wait for him.
Does that mean greasy overalls?
Yeah.
Greasy, dirty overalls.
No, sir, you can't possibly just right up to a private room where that's not his jurisdiction anymore. And so you guys see Oracle join you, and you have the next few hours to get this job done. How time is of the essence. So how are you going to get this going?
Well, luckily we didn't waste any time with the fucking stairs. Jesus.
Did she provide a map at all, or just general?
You got
information?
a general layout of the house that's basically like a floor plan, and it shows that these 5 rooms are divided by there is just a public lobby, and then a public I guess foyer and lobby, and they're so big that they hold different types of people and parties from time to time. Those 2 are gated off from a private section, and then there's a further gate beyond these 2 private rooms where there's the Gala. So it's kind of like if you're in a big mansion, sometimes you have to walk up through the main stairway through someone's house a little bit to get into an art gallery of some kind. And you know that each of those public-private breaks is where those 2 passwords are needed. So it's mainly just a giant 2-room lobby, some private areas, and then the beyond the third, the second password is the object itself in the art gallery. And there's not too much more than that, but you guys, you have ways of getting more information when you need it.
All right, Captain, what's the plan?
That's a good question, Finn. I'm just going to read the notes. Well, first off, we drive over there and we park. Then, this is where I get iffy. Do we take out one of the guards? Get them to tell us a password if they know it. Maybe give us a hint. Then get in there? Or maybe there's another computer thing that's in there that Oracle can look into and try to crack the code that way.
Yes, I was wondering, Oracle, what are your hacking skills like? Is that something you're familiar with?
Yes. Able to base with.
Yeah, so like, say there was a suite of cameras, would that be something that you could access and view?
If I was at the terminal, yes, probably.
Okay.
And Oracle, based on these schematics, where do you think a terminal would be?
I would
Probably.
say that you get, but maybe between like Finn and Oracle, you may have a little bit more experience with this. Every main data highway of some kind is a bit of a two-way street. As long as you have access to the internet, likely there's a way to access information that you need. Oracle, sometimes if it's a small device like a ship, you do have to be kind of on that ship a little bit to be able to influence it. Something like a city, you're in the city. If you needed to, you guys both may have some small experience with this, but you can hack into things, get access to things, information, depending on the technology. If this is like a door with like a literal key, you're not gonna be able to hack your way through it. But hacking and getting access to things remotely is also very possible. I would say mechanically, you also know that would be a bit of a decipher role when you're doing hacking itself.
For a physical terminal, most likely the security station. But it's not a closed circuit. We should be able to do it remotely.
All right. Not that I disliked your idea, Captain, but I think maybe if we lead with stealth, that might be a better option.
Oh yes, I don't.
Okay. Okay.
I don't
Good.
wanna-
That's
don't
what
wanna
I
kill-
thought.
I don't want to kill anybody, but Fit here obviously does. But we're gonna reel
What the hell is
gonna
that
reel
supposed
that
to
back
mean?
in.
Oh, you know
Again.
about his previous
Well, I
crew?
don't think he wanted to kill them.
I didn't
I mean, a
kill
grenade
anyone.
goes- You
They
know,
just all died.
no, that's not what I meant, and I still don't know what this story is. But I meant the grenade. Grenades usually go boom.
Right.
I've seen some war movies. You humans are amazing. That Rambo, you know what I mean? Way back when. Amazing.
I haven't seen
He's
it.
my cult hero.
Rambo?
Yeah, it's like a classic movie.
I haven't heard of that one actually.
Oh, you should see
Is-
it. It's
Was that pre-digital?
oh yeah. It was,
Yeah, how did you
it
get a
was-
copy of that, Captain?
I mean, I purchased some things illegally. I'm not proud of. I spent lots of credits before I met you, and not my proudest moment. But there are some classic videos.
No
We should
doubt.
watch. We should have a movie night.
We should. Captain,
Yes.
we gotta talk about this later, because yeah.
Okay.
The
Team,
plan.
let's focus.
Yes.
Let's get in there. Let's try to look presentable if we can. If there's any clothing that she did say it is a gala, maybe we can act as lost guests.
The gala's not open today,
Right.
Mm.
as per the
There-
information.
She said there was guests. Oh, maybe I missed it. But I was looking at the food. Some of it did look good.
You're doing it.
Anyway, I think we should just wing it. I think we're so good at it.
That is an option. Another
Except
option.
for the hacking.
Yes.
It's never.
Or we could plan it intricately and make sure we don't mess up so that we get all of the money and also the ship upgrade.
That sounds like something we wouldn't do.
Okay. Other than the hacking, is there any other ideas? And you've been
well-
oddly quiet.
I just.
Oracle, you can chime up too.
Well, worst case, we can always use the breaching charge to get through the door.
That's a great idea, Oracle.
You have two of them.
I do not.
Okay. So that's one door taken care of. We need a plan for a second one.
How do we know how big these doors are? Sorry, like these gates in these stores. Like, are they like people for people, or like I'm wondering how close I can get the ship, the transport.
The transport, from what you could tell, would normally just be dropped off in the
Gotcha.
parking area.
Okay.
But the doors, like from the floor plan, are like double wide. Like these are
Okay.
big doors. If for some reason you wanted to drive a vehicle and abandon all stealth directly there, you could.
I just like to know
There
my
is
options.
there is just the two locked pathways that you'd have to sort out.
Gotcha.
You know, for Master Chiefing a warthog into
Yeah.
the Gala, you could figure it out.
I mean, it could potentially be like a good escape situation.
Yeah.
If you want, Finn. I know you like driving.
Yeah. Who doesn't like driving?
I mean, I love it.
Yeah. Well, you're not the pilot.
Looking,
Yeah.
Aaron, looking through the building, how big are these vents?
Do you say
That are in this floor.
vents?
Vents, yeah.
I do love that. Like, I don't think we've talked about vents. We're like, how big are these vents?
There are vents, and how big are they?
Yeah, we know there's vents. How
This
big?
building's called Nakatomi Tower, right?
Yeah.
I would say right now with the floor plan information, floor plans generally don't like disclose like man-sized vent versus like cat-sized vent. You're not sure off the top of your head, and with the floor plan, it's really just like a breakdown of those rooms and where there may be some security checkpoints, and you're trying to figure that out.
Yeah, but hold on. You said that this building is like almost a copy of this building, right? That
Just
we're in
visually
right
from
now?
the outside, there are a lot of them are like these giant metal, like almost corkscrewed cities with like open
okay.
levels of like different things, and then closed apartments and stuff within them. But you don't know the fine specifics of everything about that architecture and everything until maybe you've either hacked into it to get more, or you've been there to check it out by eye. But you could very well show up and like, bingo, there's a man-sized vent going in.
Cap, I hate to say it, but vents usually aren't as big and as clean as they show in movies.
No, I meant what I wanted to say is we could use Jack. You know, get him go through the
I
vents and
was thinking that Jack could be helpful in this situation. Perhaps if there is security devices that we need to shut down, or
It
an
would take a
alarm
long
or something.
time for him to eat the whole building, though.
No, I know. Just I meant like
Just
a
the door.
wire or something. No,
yeah,
Would
guide
that
him
not
with
work?
some.
I don't know how it works.
He eats wires very slowly.
He eats wires at a totally normal pace.
I think maybe we should have starved him first.
There's not a lot to eat on the ship. He might be pretty hungry. He's actually in the coat check right now, so I should probably check on him actually soon.
Wait, you locked it before you gave it over, right?
Yeah, there was a tiger in there though.
It's like a space tiger, I bet.
So yes, I think Jack would be a good option in some cases. I also have a little sentry drone if we needed to scope out areas ahead of us or behind us or anywhere. I don't know how big that would be, Aaron.
Like the sentry drone itself,
Yeah.
it's like baseball size, kind of.
Okay.
Oh, assuming you mean like you have a suit-based one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, we have three options. We have the sneaking in, using Jack, or a drone. That's plan 2 and 2.3 or 2.5.
Jesus, Cap.
And then we can always get we can always take care of the guards. That could be plan C.
Cap, you really
So we have plan 1, plan 2,
2.5.
and C.
Yes, that is correct. That is what I said.
So which one are we doing?
Prefer plan A, then plan 2 and 2.5, and then plan C.
Why wouldn't you put them in the order that you want to do them?
I just did. Plan
Didn't
A is to use
Right, and then you went to
code our way through.
2.5. We're happen to 2.
There
They're
is
both
no
the-
plan
they're-
to.
they're- They're both the same. Just like you and Xenon, you guys are
Fuck, I
both
hate
the
this.
same. You're both pilots, but
We're not the same.
No, I
First
don't
of
know
all-
how to cook.
It's true. Also, don't really know how to fly.
But-
What?
What?
Okay.
I said
Knock
I
it
don't
out
want to have
before
to
I
say
start-
goodbye. What'd you hear? Strange.
I have to go check on Jack.
Hope he's dead.
Okay, let's go get Jack just in case we use Jack, and then we'll talk about it more on the way to the ship. Any other ideas?
I think I should just wait with the ship, really.
I don't think you should.
But what if we need to make a quick getaway? What if we need to bring the ship in? Can't do that unless someone's on the ship.
But what if we get all the way to Plan C? We're going to
Good.
need an extra
Yeah, good luck.
grenade.
I believe in you. I'll give it to you. You can take it with you.
It's not
No,
a bad
no, you're
idea,
coming
Cap.
No, Finn needs this. His test is like literally tonight.
Mhm. Tonight, wow.
Captain, can I be brutally honest with you?
Nope. And I'm gonna start walking to the ship.
Yes. Umber, you take off, leaving the salt top, finding your way eventually through the spiral of this building towards an elevator, working your way down. If you go the whole way, you do take a real fast elevator, 723 floors to the bottom of Storm's Nook City, the bubble on Callisto, and you do see a little, very sleek black. It's like a long vehicle that without a lot of any definable edges or seams or anything. And you just kind of see sideways, just two doors kind of slide open, and inside you see black seats, similar to how you had transitioned here from one of the vehicles that took you, just seating around each other around a ring, the chip console there, but it is dulled and already paid for. And you see the carrier vehicle waiting for you, just hovering above the ground as the bustle of people go on around you. The rest of you, I guess, Xenon, you take off towards the coat check. You see the alien Fantaric host that was at the desk greeting you, kind of like holding it and seeing that it has like the hanger that he put it on, like it was like a coat, is like twirled up in its small little mouth, and the tongue's wrapped around and it's coiling, and there's like screams of metal as it's eating some of this, and he hands it to you right away.
Put my hands out.
Yeah.
Jack, come here. Come to mommy.
This thing is terrible, and he just hands it towards you. It does not calm like a tiger at all.
No, he needs to be constantly feeding. You didn't give him a snack?
I don't even know what this is, ma'am. And
I'm not
he's like
sure either.
refilling some of like the things, like put it on the literal coat check and making sure nothing's damaged.
Yeah, I let Jack wrap around my neck. And,
You see like his three like black glass eyes. The little bolts of electricity are very dim at the moment.
Oh, we gotta get him something to eat.
It's a little lethargic. And Oracle Finn, if you wish, you can make your way down as well.
Sure, yeah. I got nothing else to do. I want to try the new ship.
All right. So eventually the three of you find Umber, if you waited, Umber, at the bottom of this spiral tower. And Umber, are you waiting there with the carrier ship, or have you taken off?
No, I'm going to be looking for the carrier ship since I don't know what it looks like. I'm just like, is this it? Is this it? Is this it?
Yeah, you see him like nervously standing in front of an open ship, waiting for him to stand inside. It's been like 2 minutes, and then the rest of you come down together, and you see him sitting in front of it. It's just kind of bobbing, there, hovering, waiting for you guys.
Mass-produced garbage. I
And,
walk
like-
up towards it.
Finn, to you, this is like the sleekest. Like you can't even tell what material it's made out of. It's so smooth. There's no like windows, no surfaces. It's just like this perfectly smooth, like frictionless bullet. Compared to the Juniper's Eye, which is a beloved rust bucket, it is something different.
That's something.
So each of you, if you're willing, you can step inside. Notice that it doesn't charge you anything. Finally, free dinner, free transport. This is incredible.
We're moving up.
Yeah, you. If you wish, Finn, you notice that there is a partition that you, as soon as you touch it, it just dissipates at your touch, like a tinted window evaporating, and there is a pilot's console there, and you
Perfect.
are able to take manual control if you like.
Oh, 100%. Then I can put the partition back up. Yeah. So I don't have to fucking. Is it like soundproof? I need to make sure here.
It can be.
Yeah.
So
Throw it up
I
soundproof.
stick my head through, watching as it like.
Yeah, it just repartitions around Xenon and is very comfy. It feels
Oh,
like
sorry. Yeah.
like a soft velvet or
You have to back up. It won't actually let me drive forward unless this is in place. It's to protect the passengers. Just move your face.
And you see Jack, the metal flare slides off your shoulder up into the pilot area.
Get this fucking thing.
And whoop, silently, you hear Finn freaking out as you're pushed back into the main seating area with the rest of your crew. Finn, you see the coordinates are already predetermined. You see it there is no window from the outside, but when you're sitting in the air, it's as if you're looking through a completely clear pane of glass. Like when you look around the corners, you're seeing what would be around the corner. It is not a projection or a display. Or seemingly, if it's a projection or display, it's actually like tracking your eyes. And you see the building lit up like gold on the horizon.
I just take a moment to remember what it's like to fly the nice stuff.
Yeah, something more
Just really-
modern.
Oh, yes.
You don't have to scrape anything off. Like,
Yeah.
it just works.
It's all just clean. My whole station's clean. No one's coming around and like moved anything. It's just, it's nice.
Yeah.
And then I see Jack.
Yeah, you see he
That
like
little-
immediately like curls up around your foot, and he's like you see his like little coiled tail. His tongue. It's like darting in and out, poking all the surfaces, looking for what you assume would be metal or electricity or something. And you just hear this dull thud and a dissatisfied little hiss every time as he's not finding what he's looking for. And just kind of very gingerly and slowly just tapping around you near your feet.
Okay, yeah, he needs to go. I'll grab him and like drop the partition, throw, and as fast as I can put the partition back up.
Okay, do you want to make an agility check for me real quick?
100%. Absolutely, I do.
Xenon, as you're seeing this, you see the partition come down and
13.
starts to throw the
Yeah.
little snake-like metal thing in your direction.
Jack.
And the partition comes back up, and you see his eyes are pretty dim now. And he's kind of like a purr, but a purr of dissatisfaction, like a grunt almost, comes up as he kind of curls up around you. And Finn, you take to the controls. Do you want to give me agility or finesse check to see how
Oh,
piloting
we're
this
going.
thing feels?
We're going finesse for sure. That is, oh shit, a 9.
you got the Juniper's Eye in mind. Like that thing just needs like just a little more pressure than you think, just a little more accurate.
I'm used to driving a boat. Yes. What's happened here. Yeah.
You give
Yeah,
that
yeah.
thing like just a normal let's start going, and you feel the controls move quick away from you, and the thing takes off. And you remember Marion's words here, this thing can go an easy 500k, and you feel that right away. For all of you, just like when you took off in the egg and in the elevator, a quick second where the momentum hits you in your guts and your stomach, and then something neutralizes that momentum. And Finn, with the only visible way to tell speed from the outside, you are immediately finding that building is rapidly approaching. Can you give me an agility test to get this thing stopping real quick?
Sure. Oh, thank God. 17.
17. Yeah, you get a little more used to it. These slippery, smooth, buttery controls, just a little tap, and you feel yourself like zooming to a slow. And up in the dash, you see a yellow rectangle outline the 17 bay garage on the side of this 1,000 foot tall spiral building. You're near the middle of it, not at the penthouse necessarily.
Mhm.
But you find yourself in there, maybe the 400th floor. And
Perfect.
yeah, you see that garage line up, and as you approach, you see that the doors ask for an appraisal, just like when you're docking.
Yep.
You assume it, you
I'll send it
accept,
back.
and the doors open a little
I-
bit similarly to how the divide works. You see them kind of dissipate.
One thing I will say is I am going to land this, like I'm going to back it in is what I'm doing.
Okay.
So that if we need to go quick, we
Yes.
just go forward and I don't
Okay.
have to 3-point turn it out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Speed is of the essence.
Yeah. So as you're feeling like it, just like when you're docking, you feel like gravity's taken away from you a little bit.
Yep.
You kind of hit the spin on the controls, and you feel yourself very gradually brought down, facing outward pretty nicely. And around here, you see that there is like one vehicle. You do see all 17 bays of where all these like ships would land if they were, and you see like one. It's not very well lit, but from when you can tell, there's like one, and it's not as nice as this. A few bays down, and then the rest of you see, while this bay kind of looks a little bit industrial for where the parking area is, you see a door as the seamlessly the side of the ship opens and you are allowed out of the carrier. You see a large ornate door up a set of like almost like ivory looking steps. There's a very white iridescent kind of look, and you see a wooden door, like a rich brown double wide, and it is open and ajar. And you know that that's because, like they mentioned in the job, that this is a little bit of a public place. Like the Gala is not actually open today, but sometimes you may have people just having like a meeting. It's like a hotel lobby, is the feeling you're getting.
All right. So, Finn, are you staying here in case?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best idea.
Okay.
You won't leave without us. Yes?
Why would I do that? That doesn't sound like something I do at all.
You were asking a lot of questions about whether the ship can go to space and...
That's more in case, things go real bad for us, which quite frankly I'm expecting.
What a great attitude.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm staying with the ship.
Great.
Just
Hey.
keep your comms open just in case we need you.
Of course, yeah, absolutely, Captain. Xenon, you still have the blaster, right? That I gave you?
Yes, I do.
Good.
And maybe I could take some of your grenades if you're not going to come.
I mean, I guess if you need one, I can give you one of my blackout grenades. Yeah, sure. Here you go.
Great.
I'll give you one.
You don't need to worry, Miss Xenon. See me hold up a little bandolier with a bunch of grenades.
Did you actually buy a bunch of grenades?
I have 3.
Okay, nice. And they're all blackout? You guys
Yeah.
just like went hard on the blackout grenades. Perfect. Cool.
So funny. Wow, Oracle. Okay, you're prepared.
Oh, you could just give me that one back then, just to get. What if I need it? Right?
No, it's okay.
Shit.
She tucks it away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shite.
So then the rest of you, you see the lobby doors there in front of you, but you know that there are bodyguards that traverse the premises. The 30 minutes is kind of around. So every 30 minutes they will be in the location they were 30 minutes ago, but they do move between each of the areas. So you're going to want to, if you care to be stealthy, you're going to want to be moving without being seen by this roaming squad.
Do we know how many groups of guards there are?
There's just the one.
Okay.
One group or one guard?
One group of guards.
Okay.
It was not disclosed how many that would be.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Cap, maybe we go into the lobby and casually see what's what?
Yeah, I think we should do that. Maybe we can come up with a story of picking something up, just in case they ask us what we're doing.
Yeah, we're just
But,
tourists. We just heard of this art gallery, and darn, it's closed.
That's a great idea, Xenon.
Thanks, Cap.
I thought we were
Okay.
trying to avoid talking to.
That
Yes,
is-
that's the number one plan.
Yeah, that's just an emergency oracle. Finn told us to come prepared. We're preparing for all possibility.
Okay.
Okay.
As you guys make your way up towards are you going into the lobby, or are you like
Yeah.
going to plan in the garage?
I think we'll go into the lobby.
Just making sure.
Yeah, we're going to the lobby.
It feels like maybe like before the garage was planning phase, but if you want to do it here, that's fine too.
Yeah, we'll just go in.
Just go. That's
Yeah,
it.
we'll just-
You don't have to.
Yep.
All right.
50% is better than 0.
Yeah.
That's my motto.
Okay, so if you're looking to avoid being seen as a primary goal, which one of you would like to poke your head in and do a quick awareness check for me and see if there's anyone in there?
I will do it. Everybody looks scared. 16.
Oof. All right. You see Umber tilt his wood metal body in, that membrane of a head. You see the slime kind of ooze out to the front, and then an eye go left and right. He checks both sides of the street at the same time. And Umber, you see that there's nobody inside. These lights are very dim. It's like almost like a romantic setting in there, as there's like some couches and stuff, but there is nobody in here. It is almost too quiet. Like you heard your own eyes moving. Is how quiet it is.
It's so fucking gross, man. Come on.
It's like a squish,
Yeah.
squish, squish.
Coast is great.
Okay. Coast is clear. And we're gonna, like, do it. Let's get going.
Cool.
Move our way
Where
forward.
we need to go to the security station.
Yes, we should definitely try to find that.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea where that would be, Oracle?
We were given schematics of the place, right? Like
An apartment's
I think-
floor plan, but it did show that it doesn't like label security room, but it does show that there was the main lobby with a hard break, a bit of a private area, and then another hard break. That was the Gala. Generally, the security room would probably between like the private room and the Gala. It wouldn't be in the hotel lobby. Essentially, that isn't
but-
where they would keep anything. But maybe once you get to the private section, you would see the individual rooms in that area and find more.
Okay.
That's beyond the first pass. So, as you guys, are you going to make your way through the lobby?
Yeah, I think so.
So let's get a quick guile for stealth check roll for me. Let's see if you
Forgot
can-
that was the thing for
gotta be
stealth.
guile, huh?
Yeah,
Shoot.
yeah.
16 for me.
The other option would be agility, to move so fast that if someone were to have seen you, you already went. You know, it's like when a shadow moves in the corner of your eye. That's your other option.
So we actually can use agility?
If you would prefer, yeah. But it's going to be a little
Yes.
more difficult because.
In that case, I got a 12.
Okay. What did you get, Oracle?
That was almost a natural one. Instead, it's an 18.
That's much better. And Umber, how about yours?
16.
Okay, that's a lot of successes. So yeah, you guys feel as if you have moved through pretty safely. You kind of dart through, like, it's just like this maze of like couches and stairs and different like pits of couches and stairs all over the place with little potted plants, all these like little like meeting rooms in this public space. And as you kind of work your way through that, you find your way into a split two-way stairs that goes up into the main actual greeting place and main lobby that people would actually go to before they were going to go to it. Like, this is where like appetizers and stuff would potentially be served before they go into the art gallery itself through the private doors. So as you work up into this space, similar to below, it's down lighting. You have a feeling it kind of reacts to there being commotion. And as you guys were running through quickly, you did notice the lights come up a little bit to react to people being here and partaking in the space. And as you make your way through the room, they kind of dim again, knowing that you don't care about this room. And You make your way into the larger opening where you see lots of drapes and curtains hanging from the sides of the walls and tables pitted throughout the area, notably without chairs. This would be a place where people would stand and maybe get delivered drinks and communicate with one another. Can you guys each give me an awareness check to see if you can see if anyone's around here?
Oh, that's a 20. Ooh.
Nat 20?
No,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
11.
19 plus 1.
Okay.
16.
Okay. Yeah, you guys notice as you are making your way into this room, you do hear the sound of doors opening from behind you. And as you kind of usher your way into the main lobby area, or the welcoming area, let's call it, you do notice that there is 3 shapes moving through a doorway behind you as you scoot off into this area. If you would like to, you can make a decipher check to figure out who they might be, or you can just move on. Up to you.
I'll decipher. Try to, at least.
How about the other 2? Are you guys, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I can decipher it.
You said they're like behind?
Yeah, like
us?
entering the room you were in before from a side door.
Right. Is there anywhere like if we needed to hide real quick?
Well, you're a room away, kind of like up some stairs and through a little doorway. So you are currently out of view. And you have a big room full of tablecloth tables you could, if you wanted to, in a pinch item or whatever.
Yeah. You guys decipher. I'm just thinking they might continue towards the way we're coming.
I failed miserably.
12.
Okay, that's good enough. Yeah, you could tell that right away they're carrying weapons, and that these are very likely the bodyguards. And at this point in the 30 minutes, this is where they're going to be, is entering this main area.
And how many are there? You said 3?
3, yeah.
3. Okay.
It's a little bit shady. You can't really tell, the physique or if they're wearing armor or anything like that. But you do see that they at least have one of them a weapon slung on the back, and that is enough to tell you it's a guard. And they're doing a very, very casual peruse of this main foyer area, because this is security guards. This is a very boring job for them.
I'm going to just turn back to the team. There's 3 of them. And you just see my 3 limbs making the 3.
Like it puts a leg up or something.
I'm thinking we should hide, and then if they come this way, they open the door. Perhaps we can sneak in after them.
okay.
It's a good idea.
Okay, so hide and do a good job.
I'll try.
I'll do what Finn did. I'm going to try and find like a bush or like a tree thing and just hide.
Oh my god, can I try to find hiding spots for them?
Yeah, make a decipher check for me. Just if you can just like quickly figure out the actual good hiding spots for your guys' size.
Synthetic 20.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, you know that Oracle might be a little bit harder to hide. You 2 are a bit smaller in size. There's a few spots you could potentially hide. There is off to one side like a desk where like a receptionist or something might work. It's kind of got like a swinging door, so like laying down behind that seems maybe like a safe spot. There's like 17 tables out here with long draped tablecloths. If you wanted to, you can tuck up under those. For Oracle, you're not sure. Maybe that desk area he could hide behind. But
What's
Yeah,
the
I'm-
walls and ceiling made out of?
it's like these really long dark wood panels with like little gaps where the light comes from. But like the floor is like a carpeted area, but the wall, as far as you can tell, is just it's like maybe like 60 feet tall, just like wood paneling all the way up.
Oh, like no metal anywhere.
No, you're not seeing a lot of metal. You're seeing like almost an embarrassing display of how much wood they have compared to like the steel city that you've been through.
Which is ridiculous because we're in space.
Yeah, it's like, calm down. Who are you trying to impress?
Everyone.
Yeah,
They're trying to be modern, okay? Old modern.
retro.
Yeah, retro.
But yeah, if
All right.
you get the impression that you guys could hide on the any of these spots, the tablecloths, the different desks and stuff. Maybe Oracle could fit behind the desk, but you're not sure.
Maybe Oracle, you behind the desk, and we'll get some tables. Hurry!
Okay.
And you see,
Be
like,
quiet.
Umber, if you're still kind of like watching at the door, you see that they're slowly meandering their way up these stairs now, and they're coming your way.
I'm going to follow Xenon.
Okay. Can we do another guile stealth check as each of you get into positions? And tell me if you're hiding together, apart, and where.
I'm hiding.
Mine's a
myself.
15.
Okay.
Me too.
215.
Guile is GIL, right? Yeah, I'm going to re-roll that with the.
With your mission ability. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Oh my god.
That's work.
6.
Okay. You're like ushering Umber towards his table, and then you take off for your own. And you hear footsteps on carpet hit as soon as you reach the table that you're at. You're kind of near the middle of the room as you watch Oracle. The swinging gate of the desk that he went behind kind of comes to a stop, and you are sitting now behind a table. The cloth not yet moving in your hands, and you can see maybe over the top of it that 3 silhouetted figures have entered this room opposite the side of the table as you. And you are very aware that they are now coming to scan this area. And they are.
I'll just try to, as quietly as I can, get under the table.
You're going to try and
further.
get under this one that you're at. Okay.
I guess so, yeah.
I would say make this a finesse test to like be real slow.
Okay.
And it could also be guile again if you want to try and be really just sneaky, but one of those two.
Hate Guile.
Yeah.
16.
Ooh, much better. Yeah, you hold it in just a way that you know none of the fabric is gonna move, like kind of like tuck and roll under it a little bit. And you think that they have not seen it.
Okay.
Finn, is there anything inside the carrier ship? You're kind of like looking at these like smooth controls, getting a good feel of where they're stretching out. Is there anything you'd like to do from here? Or is this more of a
is there any
emergency escape?
It's definitely more of an emergency escape, but if there's anything I feel like I would be able to can I try to see if I can like tap into the security system?
Yeah, sure.
And, like view their cameras or something?
Yeah, just from your system yourself, like your armor suit, like you guys are an under the law crew. You know, you've got modifications for that, so you can make a decipher check to try and see if you can access those systems.
Perfect. Decipher, okay. So 5.
Yeah, as soon as you get it, you reach like a firewall, and you're like, well, shit, this is gonna take some time. And you can continue at it if you wish, and we can, in the background, every once in a while, I'll ask you to roll again.
Perfect.
And then we cut back. Xenon, you feel that you are well hidden under this table. Now that you're under here, you're finding there's way less space than you thought. The table under here is such an annoying, it's another like imitation of these buildings, like a big spiral thing coming down, like instead of just like being a nice little thin table stem, it's like this, it's like a singular leg, but it's just one of these cities, these city towers. And so you're kind of clinging to that. Umber, you hear steps as 3 guards make their way past you, and they're kind of just like grunting to themselves. You hear one of them just like let out a big sigh, and they eventually you hear one of them say like, man, I wish someone would actually try and break in. You know, that'd be pretty interesting to see. It's pretty boring, you know. I got this new blaster here, and it kind of trails off as he makes away from you. And Oracle, you hear that conversation pick up, and he's like, and you know, the great thing about it is like if it hits one guy, it's probably gonna hit another guy, or it hurts him a little extra. It's real nice. And you hear that he takes it off his shoulder. You hear like the clinking of someone like holding it up and showing off something with a lot of moving parts. And you hear another voice say like, that's a toy, you know. Yeah, and you know that's not gonna kill you. You want to shoot to kill, you got to get something like this. And You hear them just talking about their weapons, and the third one just silently following behind as they slowly make their way towards the opposite end of the room. And you hear them get up to a door. Would one of you like to make or I guess all of you can make an awareness check. It's just going to be a little harder for Umber, I think, who tucked away faster. There's furthest away from this doorway, I would say.
Mine's a
9.
10.
Okay.
4.
So you hear that they definitely play back a speaker. You hear it. You hear the speakers crackle on. You hear a very muddled phrase, and then another one. You hear 3 taps on a display, and they are permitted with a white light, a flash, and they're allowed in through that door. And you, I guess you don't really have a way of seeing this, but you see that you feel that the big doors that you would have seen before are now sliding open sideways, and will, like you've probably seen with other doors in this area, will slowly begin to close as the guards make their way into the private quarters of this place. And what would you like to do?
So I get up out from behind the desk, and there's like, are these wooden doors as well, or are these actual metal?
From the look of it, they are styled to be wood, but you're actually making a awareness or decipher roll for me here.
10.
You can tell that they are paneled wood, but inside is steel. Where they would connect, they kind of like latch together, and inside there's it's pretty visibly like steel all the way inside them.
Is there a terminal beside it?
There is, yeah. And it would have been what they entered the codes in. And as you're kind of peeking up, you see that they've disappeared beyond it, and you maybe have 10, 15 seconds before they fully closing in.
Before the doors fully close?
Yeah. They're sliding in from the outsides.
Okay. In on
Can
Umber,
I-
hurry, and I try and brace the door a little, slow it down.
Okay. Are you trying to do it absolutely get there in time, or do so also without being seen? It's going to be agility versus finesse.
Yeah, I'll try and not be seen as best I can doing
It'll
it.
be a little harder to do it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's all right. And Umber, was there anything you were going to do? As you see Oracle kind of silently work his way over the desk, making his way towards the door.
Yeah, I was going to try to make it to the door and then just stick something in between it if I don't quite make it in time.
So same
a
option for
chair
you.
versus-
Agility to very easily get there, or finesse to do so slower, but you likely won't be seen.
I'll do finesse. 17.
Roll an 11.
Okay. Yeah, so Oracle, you feel right as you're about to get there, if you wanted to grab it now, it would halt it on its right on its moorings, I guess. What do you call this slowly shutting door? But then Umber gets there, presses his hands right against the two of them, and is allowing you to add your strength to his slowly. And the two of you are holding it open. Xenon, as you, I assume, make your way up from underneath the tablecloth. You see that the door is, for the moment, held open. But Umber and Oracle, you do feel that it is beginning to, with pressure, try and continue to close.
I'm going to move my eyes around to look at Xenon. Xenon, please hurry. Please hurry.
Okay. Yeah. And I'll slip through as quietly as I can.
Okay. Yeah, I would say you can you don't have to rush at all. So if you, unfortunately, you don't like Guile very much.
That's all right.
But Guile's a non-rush stealth if you'd like.
If I fail enough, I can
You can
increase
level
it.
up. Yeah.
18.
Crush it. Yeah, there's just a perfect spot, a xenon-shaped space where you're able to slide through. And Oracle, you detect a second crunching feeling from these doors, and you feel that they are going to let off systems that say the doors don't work as soon as Xenon is going through. So
Okay.
you guys can
So yeah, I release pressure and slip through.
Okay. Umber, yeah, you see Oracle Echo. Do you follow as well?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys slip inside right into the door. Can you both make one guile check for me? And while we're doing it, I will. Finn, you are inside, tapping the computer. You hit that firewall. I'll make another decipher
Come
check.
on, damn it. 7.
You're like,
2
you work,
firewalls? Who has 2
you
firewalls?
work through the first layer, and you're like, I'm in. And then, boop, I'm kind of in. And in a way, it feels like this building, like, who has a lobby and a foyer? You know, what the hell is that? 2 firewalls. And we
Captain, you there?
Yes, fam.
Just so you know, I'm going to try to hack their security system, but it's the most sophisticated system I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, Captain, but I'll do my best.
Okay,
how
if you
you
need
doing?
help, you should. We're doing actually quite well. Just hold on a second.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stop talking.
yeah, anyway,
Hello?
and yeah,
They
you
hacked
guys
me.
beyond these doors, you see that you are in a hallway, and the hallway stretches off to your left and right. You don't know which way the guards went, but on the end of these hallways, you do see doors or paths that would continue off indefinitely. On the right side, you do see a door that is a room that would be an offshoot of this hallway, whereas the other two continue on somewhere else. On the right, there is an actual door to another room. Those are your 3 paths.
Do you think that might be the security office?
I go through like the memories for the floor plan.
Just like looking at the floor plan. There's so many things that are like more obviously like this is second level bedrooms, you know. And as you're looking off to the left, you're kind of get the impression from the floor plan that is the guy's estate. You do see that there is another door off to the left that is like full on metal. Like it is no pretension about it. That is like his house. If you go that way, it's bad news. And there's like bedrooms. There's like a massive like living room and all these like different things off from that side. And so that seems not your way. On the right, you do see this one little pocket room. And then as well, you see that there would be the openings toward a gala space and everything beyond this, like another little, like a small lobby to the right as well. So just a room, a lobby, and then the lock that brings you to the gala is the main space.
We should go this way, and I just start going right.
Okay.
And you guys make your way down that hallway, uncertain if the guards went to the estate or the same direction that you're following now. And as you make your way through that hall, you do reach that door. Is there anything you would like to do with that?
Is this door like locked with security panel sort of deal again?
You do see a security panel. If you would like to try the door, it's.
Well, I'll first try the door, I guess.
Yeah, you go to turn it, and you do notice it is locked. Can the 3 of you make an awareness check as Finn? You finally worked your way through that second layer. How's it going now?
No one has 3 firewalls. Thank God, 16.
16. Yeah, for a moment there, the sweat was beating up. You notice that like when you failed through these things, there was a little signal sent off, and you cut it, but you never know if you get these things in time.
Yeah.
You got through the third one, and in that moment, you do see that you have very limited access, but you have camera vision and control in this place, and you do see one control that is to hold doors shut. But there's the 3 options that you see when you get access to like the first level of this thing's security.
Gotcha. View, move, hold door shut.
Yeah, for the cameras, view and move, and then you
Yeah.
can hold door shut.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a security, like if there's a problem, like a lockdown procedure, basically.
Gotcha.
Not necessarily like alarms and everything, just like a silent.
Yep.
Yeah. And as you're looking through the rooms, you do see the foyer, the lobby, the hallway, and then you see Oracle and your friends pile up by a door. And how did that roll go with the awareness checks?
I got a 15.
4 for me.
Oh, it was like 11.
Okay. Yeah, you see kind kind of like Xenon, just like stretching out, not really noticing. And as they're turning into it, you see Umber and Oracle move back a bit. And as you flip through the cameras, you see inside a room where there are 3 individuals over a set of panels looking over a security guard footage, just like you are now. And you see both them flicking back and forth. You see the guards inside flicking through different displays, and you see in the top left one of these displays the dark silhouetted figure of 3 of your friends as the guards are looking at a very fancy looking sniper rifle. And he is showing off either side, letting one of the guys hold it. You
Right.
can see that.
Hey, Captain. Do
Yes,
me
man.
a favor. Can you turn around and wave a little bit?
I'm gonna do one of these, like these little teams.
Yeah.
Right.
You see
So
the-
Little
just so you
dance.
know, Captain, I can see that. And if I can see that, so can everybody else. You're on camera. I'm going to try to turn it away so people can't see you, but, you know, maybe be a little mindful.
Okay, thank you, Finn.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
Can
try
I
to
see the camera?
direct the camera, like up and
Um,
away.
Yeah, Umber, you actually don't see the camera at all. Like, you're looking through this hallway, and sure, it's dark, but you guys don't see like any bumps, any surfaces. But you've seen the way that Finn's separation just like apparates. Like Finn, you know that you could see through a car without a window
Yeah.
there, and a camera could very well do the same. So
I'm gonna let the team know that there's cameras. Finn can see us, so that means they can see us. It's all
Yeah.
confusing.
Hey, Captain, we can all just be on the same channel. Yeah, they can just hear me.
Can you put the camera on a loop?
We've never used this before.
the
Yeah,
team
this is-
channel.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is weird.
Yeah,
Right.
so
I'm gonna tell-
what,
I
what
can't put-
Oracle said.
No, I can't put the camera on a loop, but I'm pointing it away so that it's not pointed directly at you. But they're gonna probably try to move it back. So, you know, whatever you're doing, do it quick.
Okay, anything we can do to shut that down would be
Yeah,
Super
blackout
great.
grenades at the security post, which is probably somewhere ahead of you. That'll do
okay.
it.
Or anything else more technological would be great.
Is there another door in that
EMP
room?
the security station.
Oh no. Well, he
No,
loves
not me, you.
grenades.
Finn, as you're looking at all these cameras and everything, and you start
Yeah.
turning the one away from them,
Yeah.
you notice that motion catches one of their eyes, and they start to look at that display as they notice that that camera is moving.
Stop it.
Okay. So, what they see as they flick their head over
Yeah.
is half of a hallway where there is a dark shape obscuring the pathway out into the next area. Not clearly anything, but something obscuring the camera. And you see the guard go to scratch his head and lean in closer to that display, and then points at it, just casually. Then you
And then
see
I'm
one
gonna
of the
start
other
turning
ones
it again.
as they're looking at it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you see he points at it, and then the other one looks at it, and they both kind of cock their heads.
Stop
One of
it
them-
again.
They reach for the controls in the security room itself.
Yeah.
You see it taps into that camera, and you see light up on yours that there's motion, and they start turning it back.
I want to try. I'm gonna go like up.
Okay.
The,
So it
the
starts
point of this
to-
is trying to make them think that it's fucked up.
Okay. Okay. I see.
They go right, it goes like up and right, or like down
Sure.
and right, or something. Yeah.
This can be guile, suggestion, finesse, like one of those 3.
Definitely finesse.
Yeah. And you guys, you just, I don't know if you relay any of that, but you are standing in front of the camera.
He didn't.
So it's a 14, and I'm gonna say, so remember when I said they could see the cameras? They can still see the cameras, so just keep doing. Go forward. Don't just stand there. Jesus.
Well, you have to direct us. We can't see anything, Finn.
I was directing you the whole time. You were doing fine. Just keep going.
Okay, I guess we'll walk forward.
And
there's
as,
a door in front of us.
yeah, as you're saying that, Finn, you do see that they kind of like, they're both like trying to like move the controls and it's not working. And one goes like, I don't know. And he points over his shoulder out into the hallway, and they're like, all right. And he goes for the door.
Yeah.
And they're
Okay, now they're coming.
all right.
my
Coming?
God. Okay, just run. Let's quietly run.
Yeah, can the three of you, again, agility, real easy to go fast. Finesse is harder, but you will do so unheard.
I'm gonna do finesse. Oh god.
Wait, where exactly are
my
we running to? Like back?
It's up to you.
I think
Forward is like a little lobby room where there is a second security into the Gala, and then there's backwards, which is the places you've been.
I feel like we should
We should
run
go
forward to the next,
Forward.
right?
Okay.
Find the hiding spot. 14 is mine.
I'm gonna re-roll mine.
That's your second.
11?
I know. Okay, 15.
Okay, those are good. Yeah, you guys take off in that direction, and as you're like still moving towards like some of the things in this room, you can see this is a bit of a small like art gallery waiting room. There's like some things around the walls, like a little desk here and there, but you're able to like stand behind like some statues and stuff that are just hanging around the edges of this room. Now, as you're still moving, you hear that door open up, and the three of them come out like, I don't know, man, that doesn't make any sense. Never done that before. And he points up into the middle of the ceiling, and then you hear one of them as he leans back and says, "Yeah, just flip up the lights real quick," and the lights brilliantly come on.
And I'm gonna put the camera back to where it like had been originally.
Okay, so yeah, it's pointing down at them. The one inside's like, "Yeah, it's just looking at you. It's just fine. You guys are in clear view," and you see that it's shining right down the center of this area. I think Oracle, did you roll an 11?
Mm-hmm.
I would say, Finn, you can tell that Oracle's foot behind like wherever he's hiding, be it a statue or something, is just slightly visible from even your angle, which is a thin narrow of a hallway.
Oracle, I
and-
can see your foot. Just back up a little bit.
just slowly, you see it on camera, slowly back up a bit.
There you go.
Moves out of frame, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't see anything. Drop the covering." And in the room that you guys are in as well, you see a bunch of things just dissipate, and you see like the walls fade away. You see cables and vents and all these other things that would be like for maintenance or for adjusting, just like zoop, it's all gone. You can very clearly see cameras. You see one directly in the middle of the room, Finn, that you're able to like navigate to now that you get like the situational awareness of what this camera is. You see it's pointed straight down in the room that they were in.
Yep.
And currently none of them are visible on it. And then they look at it, visually, like, I don't know, man. Looks fine to me. I don't know. Just don't mess with it again. I didn't mess with it. And they start piling back towards the guards room. But as they do so, they turn towards the well-lit, very open space. Can you guys... actually, you know what? I will roll a decipher to see if they see you. Because you rolled pretty well. I'm not going to give you that again.
He's like, fuck you guys. I'm gonna see if I can find you.
But did any of you beat a 15?
Yeah, I got 16.
Fuck, how do I see the history?
Yours is the only one I don't have for some reason. I'm not sure.
Oh no, I did get a 15. Sorry, not a 16.
Okay. Yeah,
I think I rolled a 12 and then plus my 2 would have been 14.
okay. So as the guards pan the room, you notice that they kind of pause for a moment. And then without a word, Finn, you see it. One of the guys gestures his hand up, and the other two, Mr. Dual Broad Rifle and Mr. Sniper, they raise their guns to an even level, and they begin to step into the room. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, it's looking maybe a little spicy. May come to a bit of a firefight, unless maybe you can hack the world, Mr. Hacker.
Yes.
I'm not hacker, man. I don't have that kind of power.
Thanks everybody for watching. This is Juniper's Eye. We are the casual ones. We do streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern usually. And thank you for watching. Thanks everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.